What up, Spurs fans? Good morning on this Sunday. How are we feeling today? I know I'm still up, I'm still down. My emotions are still running after this past weekend. Um, Spurs with a huge win Friday night, and then back to back on a Saturday with the loss. So Friday night feeling real high, feeling up with everybody. You know, feeding off that vibe into Saturday all the way until game time. And then game time, we're still hyped, still on our feet. But then, Spurs go down, 15, almost 20 points against the Bulls on Saturday. So, vibes started to, feel a little low during the game. Then we make an incredible comeback run. Just so exciting, get us back on our feet. And then we don't pull it off. So, all weekend, just emotions have been running, been up, down. Still trying to come down from that. Let's see how today goes. But a lot of exciting things for today's episode. We were in attendance for both games against the Hornets and the Bulls, and we finally got some fan interaction here for today's episode. So glad to be able to talk to other dedicated Spurs fans, and just get their takes on the team. It was a really great time. So happy to have you folks on. And so today's episode, we're going to hear clips from the game, sounds from the game. We're going to hear interviews from Spurs fans and just talk a little bit silver linings, what they think, what they're seeing with the team currently, where they think this team is going, and just how they were enjoying their evening at the Frost Bank Center. A lot of exciting things for this weekend. And, we were on a 2-game win streak. Beautiful. It was fun to say. We got to enjoy it for about 24 hours, almost 24 hours. And, but we definitely needed a win streak this year, especially after the slow start to the season that we're having. And it was just really exciting to be able to be part of that huge blowout win on Friday night. And I gotta say, even though we didn't pull the win off on Saturday, it was still a great time at the Frost Bank Center. Really enjoyable. All the fans were zoned in that night, and during that comeback run, it was just a lot of excitement going on. Everybody having a good time. What a game it was. I know we would have rather come on top of that game, of course, and go into a 3-game win streak, which we very well could have. But you know what? We're gonna learn from this game. We'll get them next time. And let's get into today's episode of GSG Nation. All right, so let's get into that blowout win, 36-point win against the Hornets on Friday. Now, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, well, y'all should have won. It's just the Hornets. They're not good. Well, yeah, and guess what? They aren't good, and we did exactly what we were supposed to do against them. Blow them out. Blew them out just like any other top team in the league would have blown them out. And man, being at the game, I mean, I'm sure everybody saw this while watching the game, but like the Hornets look bad. And they were looking really bad on Friday night. I mean, we thought like, dang, like the Spurs are hard to watch sometimes and we're looking bad. Like, man, the Hornets were down low. I mean, that was pretty embarrassing. And Spurs come out on top. We get a win. We're on a 2-game win streak there. We spoil LaMelo Ball's return. So overall, it was a great night, and we're finally starting to see this team come together. We're seeing Wemby dominate, and of course, that was probably the most impressive thing, most exciting thing of the night was just how dominant he was and the hell of a game that he had. And the team is starting to find him now. And you could tell that the game's slowing down, not just for Wimby, but it is slowing down for everybody else. The team was looking more focused that night, and they had been looking more focused the past like three games before that, and competing really well. And it was just a great night. Well deserved win for the Spurs. A well deserved win for the fans, us. So I know that we were all having a great time. 2-game win streak. We finally got to say win streak, again this season, and we barely got to enjoy it, but we'll take it. And there was just a lot of things though that we saw as fans, you know, in this game where like, okay, you know, the team is clicking more. Like they're starting to find each other's spots, starting to learn. You know, they're showing us that they actually are learning how to play together better. So it's not just talk; like we're actually starting to see it out on the court, and it's really awesome. It's great to see. Um, Love to see, you know, just team learn, and just, you know, put what they're practicing together and put it out there on the court during the game. And you know, I think that narrative of they don't want to pass to Wimby, like that's over with. Like it was the wrong narrative and it should be done. So we should just throw that out and let's just not talk about that again, to be honest with you. But yeah, like it was an overall great team effort that night. It was a great team win, and it all started with just having Wimby as the focal point of the offense. And we all knew this. Like we all knew like our best chances of winning are running our offense through Wimby. And we are starting to do that. The team is starting to find him. It's not just Trey Jones getting lobs now, but like others are getting lobs. And you know that Devin Vassell, Wimby pick and roll, that's going to be dangerous. And starting to click a little bit more. We're seeing flashes of it click. Um, so a lot of just silver linings that we're starting to see, like from the team just not knowing each other to like, okay, finally, like, hey, you know, we got a couple of squads out there like that we got a couple of lineups that we can put out there that like, okay, you know, they're gonna be able to make some sort of run, and it's been really fun to see. And it was such a great night that night. You know, the vibe at that the Frostbank Center was just, it was lit all night. Everybody's having a great time. We're all excited, you know, just to see our Spurs back at home, back at the Frostbank Center that night, and just a heck of a time. Heck of a time. We were in section 211 that night, and that was actually a really, really great section, fans. Like you guys were cheering all night. Just constant cheers, constantly like, go Spurs, go, defense, defense. Like what a game. And the fans were being exactly like they should be, loud and on their feet. Loved it. Great atmosphere. But just getting back to that team play, I mean, Doug McDermott was just hitting. He was just on fire. Chetty Osman on fire. Like it was a really good overall team effort. And slowly but surely, this team's going places. This team is going places. We're staying competitive, which is what we really want. You know, like we can take losses, but as long as we stay competitive and say like, you know, hey, we're learning from the prior mistakes and we're not making the same ones over and over again. You know, I think that's what we're really looking for. But great win, loved it. And let's go ahead and let's hear some clips from the game that night. We're gonna play some sounds from the game, some Go Spurs Go. You'll hear sounds from, you know, boos on the other team to the refs, and let's get into some fan interviews from that night.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go! Listen to everybody boo LaMelo after that BS call.
Dominic Barlow shooting two shots.
Hey fans, I'm with Kim here in section 211. Kim, the Spurs are up 21 points at halftime. How does that make you feel?
Amazing. We came for my husband's birthday, so we couldn't ask for more than such a great lead already in the first half.
That's awesome. Great. And so what are your thoughts about the season so far? I know we haven't won that many games, but how encouraged are you for the Spurs' future?
I feel good. I feel like, you know, they're young, they need to get their flow, but I definitely feel in the next few years they're gonna come together real nice and hopefully become another Tim Duncan, Parker team.
Yes, I agree. I definitely see that too for us. What's your favorite part so far tonight, this evening, about being here at the game or just anything in the arena? What's been your favorite?
I'm enjoying to finally be able to see Wemby play. We hadn't had a chance to come, so I'm really excited to see him. And then, of course, you know, bringing my kids and my whole family to experience it.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for joining us. I appreciate it. This is GSG Nation. That's to start the fourth quarter, folks. You too. Hey, folks, I'm here with Brian, and 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Spurs have all but closed this one out for sure. We pulled out the victory. Brian, it's going to be nice to say that we're on a 2-game win streak. I mean, a win streak this season after just all the turmoil that we've been going through. But tonight felt really good. Like, how did you feel about tonight's game?
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to come out here and see him play so well, especially see Wimby get real hot coming into the second half. But yeah, anytime you come out to the game to see a W is nice, right?
Yeah, man, for sure, absolutely. And so, like, after just seeing tonight's win and kind of like the big margin of victory, do you see like the wheels like turning for this team? Are they turning the corner in your eyes? How do you feel?
Yeah, you can kind of see there's a certain five out there gelling together. I just think we've been kind of lucky in the schedule to where we got teams that are maybe not as good as ones we played in the past.
Yeah.
And we were able to, in my opinion, we were able to win because we had the best player on the court in Wimby, right?
That's what, yeah, absolutely. I mean, night in, night out, he's going to be the best. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to defend what he can bring. So,
especially when you got 2 young teams, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so it just feels really good, man, to get the W out of this one. Yeah, I really think that we are on the rise. You know, what kind of silver linings, I guess, would you say you've seen this season? Like, what good, positive things are you witnessing?
You know, I think as the season is progressing, getting the ball, getting the ball to Wimby, and I don't know why it took so long to do that. And maybe they I guess find the flow or whatever, right? And I feel at this point in the season, yeah, we have a nice little flow going, running into Wimby.
I agree, my man. I agree. Thanks. So, what was your favorite part tonight? I see that you're here with your family. What would you say the best part of tonight was?
Yeah, you nailed it right there, man. Just being here with my family, bro.
Awesome.
I love it. I've been bringing them out here since I was little. And you see how they turned the whole game and stuff. I love it, man.
Dude, that's great. That's great. Well, anything that you would want to say, like, to a certain player or to the team? Anything you want to let them know?
Oh, man. Keep playing hard. Continue to work on that chemistry. Let's go, baby.
Awesome. Spoken like a true fan, folks. You heard it here. Thanks for being on GSG Nation. Let's hear the cheers as time expires and the Spurs pull off the win.
Here's an interview from one of our dedicated fans, all the way from Puerto Rico. Let's welcome him.
¿Cómo viste el primer juego de los Spurs para ti?
Ya cabrón, una vibra total al millón, me encantó. ¿Tú?
Sí, igual, es la primera vez que vengo a un
Una
juego
onda que
un buen rato.
no importa nada, no importa la vida, no importa lo que tú piensas, papi, esto nomás disfrutar la vida.
Exacto.
¿Entiendes?
Sí. Gracias.
Si tú me vas a decir, bye, digo, disfruta la vida, cabrón, bye. No me hables.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good night. All right, fans, I'm here with Aldo, dedicated Spurs fan. Aldo, might have been a while since me and you have attended the game together. How are you feeling tonight after tonight's game?
It's been a long time. I'm glad to be on the pod. I'm a friend of the pod. Long-time supporter. It was fun to come to the game. I haven't been to a game in a really long time. I feel like I'm getting old and my attention span is all over the place. I had to stretch my legs. I was getting a cramp. I needed hydration.
Yeah.
But overall, really good time. The Spurs killed it. It was fun. It was fun.
So it was your first time seeing Wimby in person. What were your first impressions?
Yeah, you know, Wimby Slamma Jamma. He brought it down. I will say, first impressions, because I haven't actually seen him play a full game. I've just seen like highlights and stuff.
Okay.
I feel like he needed to warm up a little bit. He had to warm up a little bit, and then he found his groove. And once he found his groove, it was all highlight reel. He really did a lot of good things. I say first impressions. I definitely was surprised how much he was dribbling. Not that he can't dribble, but putting the ball down in the paint, I felt like that's where it got a little sticky for him. So there was a little bit of that. We definitely need to feed him some Margie's to beef him up a little bit.
Yeah, a little bitty cheese tacos over the off season, right?
Get some strength going.
Yeah.
But overall, super well rounded. Obviously, like a star. Like you could just see when he really gets the play going, he just has that like good factor. So
A lot of potential.
Really cool.
A lot of potential with the kid. Awesome. So after tonight's game and just seeing our new superstar, what are your thoughts of the Spurs' future?
I think the future is bright. I will say, hot take. I already brought this up. He's not a fan of the New Jerseys.
Okay, no, respect.
I think we should call me. We can design them. Are there other teams that have like a state on their jerseys? Because I've never seen like the way it says SATX. Like you've never seen like the Lakers have like LACA or like another state have like I guess like the Utah Jazz is Utah, right?
Utah, yeah.
Like Salt Lake Jazz. So I don't know. I guess that threw me off. But yeah, I'm old school, so I'm a fan of the old ones.
Have you seen the new city jerseys this year?
I haven't
With the
seen
orange, the white and the orange and brown cut? Okay.
This is a first game I've sat down and watched in a really long time. So it was good to like catch up, see all the fresh faces, see, I would say like classic pop basketball. Like once that ball was moving, I like seeing that.
So you would agree Spurs fans have positive things to look forward to, just on the rise.
Yeah, I mean, I think of literally like 1997, we get Tim Duncan, he's just a young buck. Like that's how I see like we're at the beginning of something really big.
Yes.
And Wemby only has room to grow, and the team has room to grow in terms of just like getting the right people around him, or the team building the chemistry that they need to have those long-term players that can stay here.
Agreed.
Like we had before. But overall, a good time, and I think it's a good time to be a Spurs fan.
And exactly. Great time to be a Spurs fan. Perfect time. Jump on the train now. We just left the station, on the way to the top of the mountain. Who would you want to see pair with Wemby first? Point guard or another big?
Yeah, I would love to see like a solid point or like a really good shooting guard. I still feel like I still have that dagger in the heart of the name we won't speak who left us years ago.
We will not speak that name.
But I think of what would have happened if someone like that and Wemby got together. And you have someone who can move the ball, but also is a great shooter with some strength to facilitate for Wemby at the same time. So I think that's what's really exciting. And what's cool about the Spurs is just like when we got like Tony, when we got Manu, these were guys that we didn't know about. These weren't like star names. So who's gonna be that next star that comes out of somewhere else internationally, or who rises to the occasion and becomes that that dynamic duo for Wemby.
Yeah, exactly. And actually the Spurs have a lot of draft picks, first round, second rounds. I mean, just pick after pick after pick. I agree that I feel like our next star is he's overseas right now. We're gonna get him through the draft is what I feel, and right now is just very exciting time, and I think that we're gonna do right by those picks.
Call me biased, but what if he's Mexican? That would just break the wall down here in San Antonio. That would just change the game.
So many hearts would be happy to have a Mexican superstar as a San Antonio Spur. Absolutely.
I want to see it. I'm calling it right now. Future picks. I'm manifesting a big-time superstar of Mexican heritage.
Yes,
for the
absolutely.
Spurs.
So Aldo, thanks again for joining us tonight. Really good to have you here. Before we go, actually, what was your favorite thing, I guess, about attending tonight's game?
You know, it really is the people of San Antonio. I think like a team like the Spurs really brings everybody together, and you can get a real flavor for the city when you come to see a game. You see a little bit of everything, and you see, you know, the real roots of the city. So, you know, I had a good time watching the game, watching the Spurs destroy the Hornets as well. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about community. It's all about people.
Yes.
San Antonio, let's go.
Couldn't have said it better.
All right, Spurs fans, those were sounds from the game, and those were your personal takes. You as Spurs fans, thank y'all for joining the show. Thank you for giving all of us fans around the city y'all's take, our take. You know, we're all wearing the same Spurs goggles here around the city. We're all rooting for the best for our team, and I'm so glad that we were able to get you involved and get you in GSG Nation. So happy to have you guys. Let's enjoy that 2-game win streak. What a blessing it is. It feels great. And let's just have a good time this season. Let's continue to root on our boys together. And go Spurs, go. Be sure to keep up with GSG Nation on Instagram and TikTok at GSG Nation, as well as on X at GSG Nation Talk. I will be catching you at the Bulls game, and we'll continue to get your fans' takes on the team and get your opinions and your voice out there. Again, go Spurs, go.